What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm following you. I was in your live
All
just
right,
talking, but I want to just come in and talk to you. I'm from the
all right.
Caribbean, and I know what you're going through. When I first came here, I get the same deal. You know,
Yes,
I've been
sir.
here since the '90s, and when I came to school, it was the same exact thing. We don't speak English like American do or African American do. Our English is totally different. We speak more.
Right.
They call it patois in Jamaica.
Patois, yeah, yeah.
That's right. So that's like an African language to us. So when you hear
Yeah.
me asking you why you guys speak French, I'm not trying to bash you or anything. Most of my
Are
friends are
you the
African.
one who asked that?
Yes, yes, I'm the one who asked that. Most of my friends are African. Most of them. Trust me. So nobody's bashing and trying to talk you down. It's just the way that you see the American, they grow different from Jamaican and from African. So they got a different point of view. They're not trying to hate
Right.
on you. They're just expressing their opinion on the stuff that they go through here. It's not easy, trust me.
And you see, brother, every time an African American always approach me, like I talk on DM with them, with African Americans all the time. Like they DM me all the time, and I talk to them. But my problem is always those who leave mean comments, and every time I see a comments like that, it just remind me of that time that I was in school. Like, so nothing hasn't changed, like it been what, like almost 6 years, nothing has changed. Like, all I'm trying to do is like have these brothers understand that like we all family. Like, it was a tragedy what happened to all of us, but we can't continue, the separation, and say that, oh, is a system that I get that. I get it's a system, right? But why do Jamaican and Africans or Caribbeans in general don't have the same problem? Like we all grew up different. Like
Because
you
we
grew up
know.
in where you from?
We know. Trust me, we know.
Yeah, like like the good majority of the African Americans that friends that I have here, they're mixed, like African Americans and something else. But like the ones that like they have both parents that African Americans, I don't know, for some reason like they just don't like me.
Listen, listen.
Like,
I'm
for
what
real.
I'm 100% Jamaican. My wife is American, Black American, African American.
Yeah,
My kids are mixed. They are Jamaican and American. So
yeah.
so it's like there's no beef, man. It's people just everybody's gonna say something negative, but like I say, it's because of the way they're treated here. So they have a different point of view from what you have. That's all that is.
Yeah, I understand that. And like sometimes that's why every time that's why I don't really respond to all the mean comments that I see on my page, because like I get those like every day is at least 200 mean comments just flying through just in like 1 hour. So I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like a brother said here, like we can unlearn what we learned, which personally I don't agree with, because I was born in France, and I was raised that the France is the best country on earth. But then
Yeah.
I started doing I started doing research on the country,
There you go.
and like I unlearned what I learned, and now
That's
I
right.
know that it's the worst country this place ever seen. Like, period.
They
So
colonize
when
us
I
too.
and that's the thing I always tell my brothers here, like, you don't want you can unlearn. It's possible to unlearn a behavior, but to unlearn a behavior, you have to replace it with a different behavior. That's why they said that people don't change. They just People don't change. They just change into something different. Like, you
Okay.
could change into something, you can change it to bad, or you could change it to good. But you just don't change like that, because if you change like that, you're gonna be blank. You change into something different. So if you learn a behavior that, show you that, oh, in Africa there are lions who walk in the street
All
like there
right,
was cats.
I'm going to give you a story. When I first came to
Yeah,
the United States, a friend of mine, just in school now, and just from the
yeah.
neighborhood, he came up to me and said, "Hey man, where you from?" I told him Jamaica. You know what he said to me? He said, "Man,
What?
do you guys eat monkeys over there, man? What's going on? Do you eat?" I said, "Dude, there's no monkey in Jamaica. There's no lions and tigers in Jamaica."
I
You
never
know,
heard of.
and that's just from what somebody else might say to him. He's just going off what somebody else say to him. So a lot, they don't think we sit and eat at the table just like them. You know what I'm saying? They think we up in the jungle and jumping out of trees, and it's not even like that. It's not even like that.
Because it's like, because like honestly, it doesn't like it doesn't really like bothers me when somebody say, "Oh, do you guys have lions working in the street?" It doesn't bother me, because when I hear somebody saying that, like, I automatically know that you're not really familiar with Africa, right? So I usually just tell them, like, no, we keep our wild animal in the zoo like everybody else. Like, we have safaris for them. But when I keep getting the same question over and over again, then I'm like, okay, you do realize that you could just go and like look this up, right?
That's
Like,
right.
just go and look it up, And it's the same problem that, I don't know if you heard about the fufu incidents that,
I've
this
seen it.
some of the
I've seen it.
right.
You see,
This is
Jamaica
exactly.
have a similar thing, but they call it something else. We call it something else, but
Yeah,
it's similar. So I know exactly what you're talking about. We
yeah,
eat it
and I
too.
told them, that, listen, a lot of African foods, or like, they all taste different. Even me as an African, there are some African food that I don't even eat, because first of all, I don't eat spicy food, and most African food is spicy. So sometimes when my grandmother was making those type of food, she would make me something else, making me not eating, like, not being able to eat that specific type of African food. Like fufu, I don't eat fufu. Like, I don't eat it. Like, I just don't like it. But I made a video saying that, okay, I'm not saying that you should like the food. I'm just saying that you shouldn't record yourself not liking it, because
Yes,
it would be
yes,
disrespectful for somebody
that's right.
who
That's
grew
right.
up on that food.
All right. Another
Everybody,
thing. Another thing. It's just like the goat meat. Jamaicans love goat
yeah.
meat. I love goat meat.
What goat is
You
the?
can't tell me nothing about no goat meat.
I
So
love goat meat. Like, that
that's
shit
right.
tastes
And some
different.
people hate. They're like, "How you eat the goat? It's a meat like the chicken. What you talking about? It's a meat like the pork you
Exactly.
eat. It's a meat like the beef. But I don't eat beef and I don't eat pork. So, you know, I don't eat beef or
Yeah,
pork."
the goat is fire, but like, there are some American food that I don't eat. But I'm not gonna record myself not liking it. It's
That's
gonna be
right. That's right.
disrespectful. It's gonna be disrespectful for the people who grew up on that food, And that's all I was saying. And for some reason, it became a problem. So all I'm trying to say is, like, for all my African Americans brothers, I love y'all. Like, honestly, like, I do not have any problem whatsoever for your life. I don't even care about the things that happened to me in school, because, like, I know that, like, this is how I always look at it, bro. Like, for real, this is how I always look at it. You the new kid in the block. They want to make sure you could get a job. Like, you could take a job. That's why they're coming after you. That's how I start looking at it. Because if I was looking at it how some other Africans look at it, I wouldn't be here. But I looked at it like, okay, I'm the new kid in the block. These brothers just want to make sure that I could take a job. And that was cool. That was rough, because I grew up in a house with how much? Like 11 cousins. I grew up in a house with 11 cousins. Like, these guys will roast you to the point where you're gonna go to bed.
Hey, you see this English I'm speaking now? I learned this while I'm here. So when I
Me
first
too.
came, that's right. When I first came here and went to school, I didn't speak. I kept my mouth shut. I listened. That's all I did. Listen to everybody else talk before I say something out of my mouth. And as soon as I say something, you're not from here, huh? No, I'm not from here. So you know what? And like you said, then I start hanging around the Jamaicans only. So I don't have to worry about trying to speak English with these people over here. So
Exactly.
I speak with the Jamaicans. No problem. I fit right in. But when it's time to speak that
Exactly.
English, it's like, no, I can't. I'm
You
not.
always People always call you out on the English, but
That's
then
right.
that's exactly what I was saying here earlier. That like when you ignore people, they leave, and when you push people away, they're not gonna stay. They're not gonna stay because you already know that they don't speak English. So when you try and call them out on the little English that they speaks, you just it's like you're telling them like, don't talk to me. Go talk to the people who understand what you're talking about, right? That's why I feel like some Africans they rather be away and within the African community that because they could speak Wolof and other African languages there without having the fear that oh somebody gonna call them out on something. Like me personally, I don't speak Wolof. I don't speak. I only speak. I think I speak like 3 African languages, but those are like native Cameroonian languages. So like the only people who speak that is
I
only
get
in
friends from
Cameroon,
Cameroon
except
too.
yeah, it's
That's
only in
right.
Cameroon that you speak those languages. So that's why, and it's not a lot of Cameroonian over here. So I don't have a choice. I don't really have a choice. Like even when I'm hanging out with my African friends, we only speak English because when they start speaking Wolof, I don't understand what they're saying.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like I don't know how I could let these brothers know that like we here as friends. Like we don't want no beef.
Yeah,
That's why I'm on TikTok.
there's no beef. Definitely ain't no beef.
That's what I've been saying, brother. That's what I've been saying. There is no beef. Like I don't know why they think that we got beef with them. Like and it's always weird. I don't know if it's I'm the only one that is weird out, but it's always weird to me when somebody like just be like, "Oh, Africans thinks that we are better than us." That thing always hit me different. Like
Nah.
that shit always hit me different. Like, why would you think something like that?
Hmm.
Like, why? I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just like hella weird. Like for real.
Yeah, well,
Like I don't know.
you can't let everything they say get to you though. Sometimes you have to just humble yourself, listen what they gotta say, and then at the same time just let them know where you're coming from. Because then if you jump to conclude, they might be saying something to you just from off just looking at you like, man, this man, who the hell he think he is? You know?
Right, right. Cause like I have a problem, and that is something that like I know for a fact that is a problem because I was raised like that. You know, I grew up in a family. My grandfather, my grandfather is a village chief. So like we was we was raised to always speak out our mind, like tell the truth to people, because it's better to leave knowing the truth than dying not knowing.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I was raised to always tell the truth to people. It doesn't matter, even though it hurt them.
Some
At
people,
least
there you
they
go.
know,
Some people can't handle the truth either. You're right.
you know.
You're right.
So then like when I got here, I started realizing that a lot of people cannot handle the truth. Like
That's
somebody
right.
will literally be mad at you just because you told them. And
That's right.
it's so many things that I even want to so many things that I want to post, but I can't post it because it's too much truth in it. It's too much
Hell
truth in it. Like y'all think that I'm getting hit right now. If I post that, I'm just gonna get canceled. I'm literally just gonna get canceled
and
because
I
too
really
much
I don't
truth.
do lives. I don't usually do live, but when I hear you talking, I could tell you're very passionate about what you're doing, and I was like, you know what? I need to get in this brother live and let him know. There's no hate,
Cause like
man. We don't hate each other. They want us to hate
That's
each other, but we
that's
don't.
the fact. That
That's
on
right.
my book, I don't hate. On my book, African Americans, like, as long you black, you got melanin in you, we brothers. Like, cause like, if we go, we start doing that white people ancestry test that they're making us pay to tell you where they got you from. If we start doing that stuff, is we're gonna find out like we have a grandmother, we share a grandmother, we share a
That's right.
granddad, we share an
That's
uncle.
right.
So
That's
like
right.
we family here. You know, we
Yep.
all family. And in the family, they have those who be like, you know what, I'm sick of this family, and there are those who be like, let me stick around and see what this new family is all about. But then there are all those, they're just like, you know what, fuck all y'all, both of y'all. Y'all can kiss my ass, I'm out of here. You know? And it's just like, man, that is just like, oh my god. But I know deep down in my heart that like one day it's gonna be that day where it's not gonna be no more. Oh, this guy is Africans. Oh, this one is African Americans. Like, I don't even I don't even call people like that. The only time I say African Americans is when
Hello,
I'm
hello.
specifically talking to them, right? But most of the time I say black because on my book, you black. You could be light skin, dark skin, medium, whatever. You black in my book. Black. Period. That's like that. Like, I'm not even out here like I'm trying to cap nobody like this. If you got some melanin in you, the sun shine on your skin, and you get like a nice brown ass color, not like this though, but like real nice color, then you black. You black.
Hey man,
Doesn't
this is a
matter if
place
you,
of we're all learning, man. You better believe it.
yeah.
That's
So
right.
like,
We're all learning. It's all
they
a
ain't
learning
got no beef
process.
against nobody, and that's a fact. Like, that's a fact. I ain't got no beef against no African American whatsoever. All I want is I want us to be family because that's what we are. We
That's
are
right.
family. It doesn't matter what language you speak. You can speak Spanish. You can speak English, French, German, whatever. Because we was brought all over the world like that.
That's right.
So why are we gonna turn around and start using those little differences that we acquired over the years to, you know, classify ourselves? Like, that is just, it's just weird. But I know that one day
For sure.
it wouldn't be no more. It wouldn't be no more division in the black community.
That's
Like,
right.
I know
That's
that day
right.
will come. That day will
That's right.
come. So yeah,
All
that's
right,
all
man.
I had
Like I said,
I
I
to
just
put
had to
that on
come
my
on here
chest.
and kind of just chat with you a
I
little bit,
appreciate
let you
it. I
know. Yeah,
appreciate it.
man. No
Thank you.
problem, man.
Thank you.
And yeah,
Thank you.
man, keep your head up, man. Straight up. Don't even worry
Thank you,
about all
sir.
that.
Thank you.
All that stuff
Appreciate it.
is just, you know what I mean? Don't worry about all that, man.
I mean,
Keep
it's
doing what you're
family. If we
doing.
don't argue in the family, what are we
That's right.
doing?
But keep doing what you're doing, though, man. What you're doing,
Appreciate
people
it.
need to hear it and they need to watch it and understand what you're saying. Don't take it,
So,
don't be uptight about it, you know? They need to listen what you're saying because you're from the motherland. You know what's going on there, even if you're not there right now. And if you put something out, all they have to do is just watch it. Hey, if they don't like it, keep strolling, man. Keep your finger moving. And, you don't have to come in and talk mess and act, don't show your true colors.
yes, sir. All right. Think I'm gonna get out of this live. I'm trying to help my girl cook or something.
All right, man. Be
All
easy,
right.
man.
Thank you, bro.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
sir. Bless.
All right. Have a good day.
All right.